And America pauses to remember 9/11, the people lost that day, and the heroes who emerged, including a New York City firefighter buried alive twice when the towers fell. Good afternoon. Joe Torrillo was among the hundreds of firefighters who went running into the Twin Towers when everyone else was running out. When the towers collapsed, he was one of 4 firefighters buried who made it out alive. And that's just part of his story. And he was in New Mexico today telling it. News 13's Catherine Mazzone spoke with him today.
That's right, Kim. Torrillo spoke at Albuquerque's Civic Plaza. He says when he became a firefighter, he knew he had to uphold his vow to protect the community, no matter what the cost.
13 years ago was the day that rearranged my world and changed the lives of every single American.
September 11th, 2001. New York firefighter Joe Torrillo was getting ready to help Fisher-Price release a new firefighter action figure, Billy Blazes.
And on my way to the press conference, dressed in a uniform like this, the first plane hit the North Tower, and I was about 1/8 of a mile away. And at that point, I had to make a big decision.
Torrillo stopped at a firehouse across the street from the Twin Towers, ditched his dress uniform, grabbed a firefighting suit, and was out the door.
On my way to the North Tower, I heard a roar, and I looked up, and the second jet, United Airlines Flight 175, at 9:03 a.m., came right over my head. It looked as if the South Tower sucked the jet right into it. Like a magic act. I'm like, oh my God, this is now a terrorist attack.
But Torrillo says he had a job to do.
You got to do as much as you can, as hard as you can, as quick as you can. And tonight, a lot of people are not going to be here, and I might be one of them. But you know what? If I run from this, I'll never forgive myself.
Torrillo almost didn't make it.
This is the collapse, ladies and gentlemen, on videotape.
He was buried when the first tower collapsed. It fractured his skull, broke his ribs, snapped his arm, and crushed his spine. 20 minutes later, he was rushed to a boat to be taken to safety.
And then the North Tower collapsed on top of the boat, and I got buried a second time.
But because he was wearing a borrowed suit,
I was admitted in the hospital as Tommy McNamara, and me, Joe Torrillo, was declared dead for 3 days.
Because of his injuries, Joe retired in 2004. Now he spends much of his time sharing his story with others.
No matter where I go, people tell me the same thing over and over again. They say, Joe, God spared your life for a reason. And you know, I really do believe that. I think I got a bigger purpose and a role in this world, and I have to follow that.
Torrillo is a member of the September 11th Family Association. It's a group that represents victims' families at Ground Zero. He volunteers his time to guide walking tours of Ground Zero, taking people through the day from a first-hand perspective. Kim, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Catherine. Now, Torrillo says he will be testifying in Guantanamo Bay as a witness to the attacks.